guys.
Hello. Oh, wait, hold on. I meant to look at myself because I have no idea what I look like
That's
right
valid.
now.
That's extremely valid, actually.
Okay. Hi.
What's up, guys?
Guess where we just came from?
The movie theater.
The movies. Guess what we saw?
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania? Is that what it's called?
Is it Ant-Man and the Wasp? Quantumania?
Yeah. It's definitely Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh.
Because I remember I looked at the titles on the thing, and I was sitting there. We were waiting in a really long snack line, and I was sitting there, and I was like, "So she's just like always gonna be in it now." Good for her. I hope she got her check.
Fun fact: Ishara bought us 3D tickets.
We did not see it in 3D.
We did not see it in 3D.
We would not have been able to see it in 3D.
We realized yesterday that we had 3D tickets.
Last minute.
And luckily, they added new times. Yeah. So we were like, we're just going to refund that and switch because, boy, oh boy,
my goodness.
We could just only guess that going into the quantum realm in 3D would be an experience that we did not want.
First of all, going into the quantum realm not in 3D already felt like going into it in 3D.
Yes.
So if we had put on the 3D glasses, I would have assumed I was in the movie, probably had a panic attack, thought I got killed.
Cried.
You know, it wouldn't have been pretty. So like it worked out the way it needed to work out.
So our basics for structure for review is the first part we do an overview. That is spoiler free. So if you want to see just a review of it, here's your chance. I thought the movie was very good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. It was a very good introduction to Phase 5.
Yeah.
Everyone was great.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that Jonathan Majors was acting circles around everybody.
Was the movie? It should have been called Kang
and Ant-Man, I
guess. Like, literally, Kang and the Ant.
Like, not even because, like, he had more scenes or something. No, just because he was the movie. And we were literally talking in the car, and Ishara was like, the villains really be making the movies.
Absolutely.
Because, like,
every single time.
If you look at this and Love and Thunder, Love and Thunder had a good villain that they just did not use.
Yeah.
This one had a great villain, and they
used him,
and it showed.
Yeah.
Also, Jonathan Majors was just amazing.
I said in the movie, I said in the car, I was like, there was an Ant-Man script, and then there was a person just assigned to Jonathan.
Yes.
Just for Kang.
And I'm like, his acting, his everything, his energy,
so
all of his scene. His voice, first of all.
He is so attractive. I'm so sorry. I'm but a humble woman. I will be rooting for the villain.
You know?
First of all, it's Black History Month. Who did you think I would be rooting for? Insert clip, Issa Rae. I'm rooting for everyone black. And I say insert clip because we ain't doing that.
He really made the movie. He was really good. Liked what's her name as Cassie.
Yeah,
she was good.
God. First of all, we grew up with her.
Yes, in Supernatural, yeah, she was Claire.
They're like the same person.
Yes,
except one is slightly more into like
activism.
Yeah, but like they're both. It's the same thing of them wanting to. Somebody watched Supernatural.
Yes,
that's it. She's the same person,
or she just typecasted.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's who she is. Good for her. I guess. I don't know.
Everything else was good. Some of the jokes didn't land.
No.
But
landed and just like stretched a little too long.
Yeah, but it was
both.
It was an Ant-Man movie, so like I expected that. I feel like that's also what I felt about the second one too, because they tried to be the first one, and the first one was funny, and then the second one,
I gotta be honest,
was like they were trying to be funny because of the first one.
I don't really enjoy the Ant-Man movies. Has nothing to do with any of the characters, any of the writing. I actually barely remember the ones that I saw. I had no plans on watching. I'm slightly perturbed that you have to watch this one, but that's just because I don't like ants, and there's always ants. There were a lot of ants in this one. If you are not an ant lover, there are ants in this. So
Ant-Man, who would have known?
Yeah,
I mean, because
there weren't a
Spider-Man
lot.
doesn't have
I know,
spiders, so
but there
you're
also
like
weren't a lot of ants in the second one. I do remember that. There were more in the first one.
in the first one, they were like in the beginning and in the end, like how they are in this one. Or no,
Like
in the first one they were around.
Yeah, they
in
were
this one,
around.
it was more so just like, you know.
It was in the beginning. It was in the end. Look, I closed my eyes.
Eh.
There was a whole section of the movie I fully missed because
Does that count as a spoiler?
just wasn't. I'm kind of saying it for people who like really get freaked out for ants.
Oh,
Freaked out by ants. Like I'm warning you. Like I genuinely get freaked out. I closed my eyes. I was okay.
I guess, but whatever. Either way, movie was very good. We enjoyed it. Had a fun time. Stay to the end of the credits. All of them.
Oh, all the credits. Every
Stay
credit.
till all the credits.
There's two.
There's two.
There's your
even
warning.
if the movie turns the light, even if they turn the lights on.
If the lights are on, just stay.
Just stay.
So you gotta stay for the whole movie.
Everything.
Yeah.
All right. We're moving into our spoiler version of the review. So if you have not seen the movie and you just wanted to know if we liked it, goodbye.
Bye.
It was nice seeing you.
Hopefully you come back later, but if you don't, it's still nice seeing you, having you here. Tell your friends.
And for everyone who did see the movie or just doesn't care about spoilers and is weird, hi.
Hey. What's up?
What's up? So, I don't even know where I want to start.
Do we want to break it up into like the Ant-Man and the Kang, or like?
We can break it up. So Ant-Man first.
Okay.
So
it was an Ant-Man movie.
It was an Ant-Man movie.
There was quantum stuff.
There was ants.
There were jokes. There was shrinking.
There was growing.
And there's Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
And all of that was like run-of-the-mill
Ant-Man
movie. It's not super important, except it is.
Yes, it's a very important movie, but also like
very lighthearted.
There were a few annoying things in this movie.
Every character annoyed me except for I don't think Scott annoyed
I don't
me.
think
I don't
Scott
remember
annoyed
him
me.
annoying me at any
I also
point.
don't think that Hank.
I know.
Scott and Hank didn't really annoy much.
I hated saying that because I was like, women, but
they were annoying.
They were
a little
annoying.
Bit. So like first we'll talk about Janet, Michelle Pfeiffer.
First of all, Michelle, we got beef because like what's your issue with communication? Like, I understand to an extent. You clearly have trauma. You clearly have regrets. Yes. You clearly are messed up from this. But you gotta at least say, hey, danger there.
Yeah, like, so I was saying,
warning corpse.
I was saying that at the beginning of the movie, Hope had, like, annoyed me because I was like, okay, your mom is clearly freaking out because you're in the quantum realm and she did not want to be here, and, like, she wasn't talking about it because it was probably traumatic and there was a lot of stuff going on. And she kept being like, no, you need to tell us now. No, you need to tell us now. And I'm like, if somebody is telling me, like, we're in a place that I don't know, and someone is telling me, hey, we need to go, I will explain later, and lower your voice, I'm going to shut the fuck up and go. And I'm like, you're going to explain later, but we're going to go. So she was kind of annoying me with that. But then, right?
She just still refused to
say anything. We were safe. We were in the ship. We were in the spaceship, and she just did not say a single thing. And she was like, can you explain now? And she just said, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. I'll say in Hope's defense in the beginning, only a little bit though, is that she was likely also freaking out, and like, you're just sitting here like, oh, we gotta go, and I'm not knowing anything. You haven't said anything that there would be danger here at all. You could at least say, hey, we're in danger, shut up, and I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you.
Yeah. But all of this to say, she should have just told them from jump.
Said from the very beginning, because even if she didn't want to talk about all of it.
And like, I feel like you can be like, hey, there's danger in there. I don't really want to talk about it right now, but just don't. Just don't.
Just don't.
Because then they wouldn't have been messing around with the quantum realm and all that stuff, and then they wouldn't have been in this situation. Yeah. And like, Cassie kept blaming herself, and I'm like, girl, it's not your fault.
Honestly, girl, it's Sylvie.
It's all Sylvie's fault, actually.
It's Sylvie.
If you want to boil it down.
I want you to know that Cassie, I have no annoyances for any of the things she did. It was
No.
mostly the things she said.
Yes.
Or continued to say.
So, like, the entire movie, she had so many speeches, and I hated them. Like, the first one, I was like, oh, they just felt very cheesy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't like this. What are you doing? And they kept doing them. They kept making her have these speeches and like, oh, guys, we could do this. And like, my dad, and and I'm like, shut up.
The one where she was talking to everybody, like, started out slightly okay, because she was just like, I don't know, guys, come on, we're fighting.
Yeah.
But then she turned into Captain America.
Yes.
And, like, it's okay for Captain America to do that.
Because he's Captain America.
Because he's a fucking cheeseball.
Yeah.
Like,
he's supposed to be like that. And they make fun of him for it.
Straight from the 30s, and then they point it out.
Yes.
So, like, it's what I expect. Like, honestly, if I met Steve Rogers and I didn't see a Captain America speech, I'm like, this is a ripoff. I want my money back.
Yeah.
On that slight note, I can't wait for Sam's speeches.
Because he's gonna be like,
do it. Like,
yeah.
don't
Okay.
be dumb.
Can we talk about at the beginning when Scott? I mean, even though later on he wasn't getting it for free anymore, but when he was getting stuff for free because they thought he was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I was like, meanwhile,
Sam's struggling. He can't get nothing.
He can barely afford his home.
It's real. It's real. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about him.
Okay.
That's fine.
Like, well, he's your captain now.
You're like, he's got money.
First of all,
got stuff.
Now, if I'm also Sam, I'm like, Wakanda.
You know?
Hey.
Broom. Like,
help a brother out.
I know they're going through a lot, though.
They are. They're going through a lot right now.
So much. And they're mad at Bucky. I'm like, I'm not Bucky.
They said, okay, but you was helping Bucky.
But okay, but like,
it's like, I didn't tell Bucky to break him out.
Right.
I actually told him not to do that.
I told him not to.
And he did it anyway.
Yeah. So I feel like solidarity. But you know, that's neither here nor there, and not the movie.
Yeah. So that was Cassie's only annoying thing for me, was that like, and like the second that they like brought them to the quantum realm and there was like a revolution, I'm like, oh, that's why she's here, because they already explained that she was the activist, and like, you know, she was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm saying they were like hurting homeless people, so like I had to help them, and I'm like, good for you, girl, go ahead, do your thing. But like, I was like, oh, that's clearly her, that's gonna be her role thing, here. What were some other things? Oh, I love the little jelly guy. I don't remember his name.
So cute. I couldn't tell you.
Cute
at all.
The funniest moment was when he was asking about his holes.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
And then it went on too long.
Yeah, more so, not. It was more so the mind
following
reading
joke.
Yes, the mind reading joke was not funny.
Didn't know he was in this movie.
Oh my god! Hi.
But I loved him.
First of all, we're Good Place stands.
Yes.
Love
Chidi.
Yes, love him.
Little chili babies.
Yes.
But yeah, I did not know he was in it, and I loved it.
He didn't really do much, but
no,
you know,
he didn't
was
do
fun.
Much. I was like, okay, cool.
I enjoyed him. Hope we see him again.
Oh, the other funny part. See, the jelly guy was the funniest thing, because when he was like, your buildings are alive, and he was like, yours are dead? I was like,
so funny.
Love you.
He reminded me of Korg.
Yeah, Korg. They tend to do that now in all the movies. They have that character.
Yeah. Also, I loved watching him run.
And then when he was like, I have holes.
And then he said, oh, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it kind of scared me. I was like, what more Ant-Man related things?
I thought the actress for Cassie did well, and I think that she, with her, you know, few exceptions, I thought she did her thing. I liked her relationship with Scott.
Yeah.
Definitely pulls on the heartstrings.
Missed the other Cassie. I feel like she would have been great too.
Been good.
Hopefully she can get another Marvel thing that they won't just take from her.
Yeah. Like, make her an alien with a different face if you don't have the same face.
Yeah, there you
go. She did her thing. So, I liked when she was like, I'm big. He was like, you're so big.
Yeah.
It took me a second, because I was like, well, they're the same size. I was like, wait, yeah, they are big.
But they're both big. I think everybody else did great. Like,
yeah.
Hope didn't really have much of a role. here. She was
No.
kind of just there.
Tends to be her thing.
Yeah.
She girl bosses in, kicks and punches, and then
Girl bosses out.
girl bosses out. When he was in the thing,
Yes, I
and
was just
the
about to say
probability.
that. I was just about to say that the probability section.
That was fun.
That was trippy.
That was
Because I was like, are we gonna know which one is the real him? I was getting,
yeah.
bro.
Basket Robinson was my favorite.
Yes.
Him.
He said, "Why am I here?"
Yeah, and he was like,
So it was like with ice cream.
I know. It was so far away. I was like, but what a move, because like I'm in love with some ice cream right now.
I was like, "Why are you here?
Yeah.
Why is there a
That doesn't
Baskin
even
Robbins
make any
version of you?"
sense.
Yeah,
But I guess it does.
But it was just so funny. And then
did look away from that for a second too.
yes.
I know what they did with the Ant-Man becoming the ants. I didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
I didn't like it, especially because I can deal with big ants. I can. Whenever the ants were big, I was mostly okay. I was just like, oh, you're just like a big, gross dinosaur alien-looking creature.
Yes.
When they're small, that freaks me out. So like, I was like, I get the gist of what's happening here.
You know, I was okay with it. I was like, all right. Like, I did look away because I was like, this is making me itchy.
It's really,
I didn't like the way they were moving.
Gross.
Yeah, I don't like things being bunched up in groups and
Nope.
moving around.
Nope.
It's gross.
Yeah. It doesn't. If you're like me, and that like I literally like at a certain point I was like, I will start crying. I will cry in this theater. I did tear up a little bit because I was like, the sounds. I'm closing my eyes, but I can still hear it. I hate it, but yeah, that happens. So like, be warned.
What else? Oh, Bill Murray.
Oh yeah, he was in it for half a second.
Yeah,
Literally.
And I was like, they were being all, you know, defensive about him and her, and I'm like, she was there for 30 years. 30 years, like, and she said that too. She was like, I have needs.
And does. And like, he said period.
He was human in all the ways that it mattered. I said, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look.
Sir.
She did what she had to do.
She did what she had to do. And you know what?
More power to her.
More power to her. I don't know if there's any more like Ant-Man things.
Ant-Man. It's another commercial I hate.
Ant-Man.
Hate. Obscenely hate. That might be all the Ant-Man
So on to the Kang of it all.
First of all, Zaddy.
I
okay?
want him to win.
I want him to win everything, including me. I'm here for you.
I'm just like,
I'm serious.
What? Even like he started talking, and I was just like, I'm sad.
First of all,
I'm here.
First of all, Jonathan.
Mjolnir?
That came to me. I was
Jonathan.
like, hey, that joke kind of like comes
full circle.
And then he like talked about Thor.
Yeah.
So, like,
he said, "Are you the one with the hammer?"
Yeah. Jonathan? No, Jonathan, you're amazing. You're fantastic.
He made the movie. Jonathan Majors made this movie, and like that's not to discredit anybody else. They were all amazing. I loved it.
He did his thing.
But he did his thing.
Mm-hmm.
He made him like he is a good villain.
Yeah.
He had stakes.
Yep.
I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen because he's got to make it out, right? No.
Oh,
they said no, he doesn't. Because I was like, but then like at a certain point, I was like, well, even if he doesn't get out, there are other hims.
Yeah.
Like,
I want you to know, like, we are going to be watching his scene in Loki.
Yes, I need to rewatch it.
Gotta rewatch it.
Have him explain how everything is gonna go down.
What goes down. But yeah, no, first of all, he kicked ass. He destroyed Scott.
I thought Scott was dead.
Like, that man was a blood bag.
And it was the way, when he almost killed Cassie, and he was like, do I look like a liar? I
forgot about an Ant-Man. It was Darren.
Oh, yes.
I forgot all about Darren.
Yeah. Well, they kind of go hand in hand with Kang.
Yeah, that's right.
Kang brought
Darren.
Didn't bring him
back.
But like,
he worked for him.
Put him together again?
I don't know. He had a little butt.
Yeah, his name was MODOK.
Yeah, but then his name was Darren.
Yes. His scenes were...
mostly irritating. He had one good scene.
Yeah, because
singular.
He was just there for comedic.
He didn't need to be there at all.
He really didn't need to be there.
He was best serve as the villain in the first one.
Yeah, we didn't need to come full circle with that.
No, it's all good.
Unfortunately for him.
But when he was like, I can finally die in Avenger,
Yeah,
I laughed, I giggled.
Okay. Yeah,
you just gotta say yes.
You just gotta say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, every time Kang stepped on the screen, it was like, you had my full attention.
First of all, every time anybody stepped on the screen, because they faked me out at least 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
Like, don't do that to me. I'm waiting. It took him a while to show up.
The best part was when when he was being
the switch.
Because he was sitting there in the chair and he's like, "You ready to go?" And he sees her face.
He's being all like sympathetic and friendly,
about to cry.
Then he's like,
yeah, he saw her and he was like, "So what'd you see?" Like, he's like, "You want to go?
He's like,
we gotta go now.
To see your daughter,
because we can go.
We can go right now."
And the fact that like he was like, she was like, "You're gonna destroy timelines," and he was like, "Not yours."
Boom. I was sitting there. I was like, "Oh, see, this is how I know I'm not a good person."
I'm like, because
I am like, not a good person.
Okay.
Wait, first of all,
also, you can't really believe him, so you don't know.
Right, but like he's cute, so and he speaks that way, and I want to go home. So like,
but then I'm like, so when she came back, I'm like, "Oh, girl, he's coming for your timeline first."
See?
So like now you can't even like. You can't let him go, like, cause like if he gets out, he's coming for you first. Cause he's like, it's
a vendetta now.
Trapped me here.
A vendetta now.
It's personal.
Mm-hmm. You did
now
that.
It's personal.
You done that.
I also just
said, I am Kang.
I loved how like poised he was.
Yeah.
Until he got mad. Yeah. And then I was like, ooh.
And like the way his face like flexes.
No, he was really good. I loved all of his scenes. He was like smart and he had bars. He always does.
He said time is a cage and once you break free you realize how small it actually is. What? When I tattoo that on my whole body, don't say anything. When it's actually on my face, don't say anything. You can say something, I'll wear it proudly. What?
Oh yeah, he was really good. And then they tried to make me think that he was just gonna get taken away by ants.
You know,
I was like, y'all not gonna
kill... That's the scene I didn't watch.
I looked away a few times. I was like, y'all are not gonna kill Kang with ants.
No.
Like, that's just not gonna happen.
I know.
Because you can't be like, this man is a world conqueror.
And then it's ants.
Like, come on.
Right. But the scene right before that, he said, I am Kang. I'm a conqueror. Like, all you do is speak to ants. I was like...
And I said, you right.
I mean, I looked away because I was like, that's ant calling if I've ever heard one. But, like, you right.
Yes, it was very, like... A lot of the movie was very, like, telling.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, like, you knew what was going to happen because you're like, okay. Like, all right, this makes sense.
Yeah.
For this to then happen.
Even, like, the small things. Like, she was like, what are the codes? And then the mind reader literally walks up. Yes. Like, not even after. Literally walks up. He's like, I'll never tell you. He's like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's like, okay.
Oh, I'm shocked by this.
I'm shocked that this happened.
What? I hate when we do that.
Yeah. Like, what else? Well, the ending, Scott, when he was walking around and then he's like having his existential dread because he's like, wait, but then he said there were more of him. Are we going to have to fight more? Yeah. Like, he said we're in danger.
And he's like, it's probably 5.
He's like, we're just not going to worry about that right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like as a superhero,
sometimes you just got to like live life and breathe there.
Yeah, because you're
like, I want to celebrate some of my daughter's birthdays.
You're like, I can't even like, because if you're just constantly thinking like, who's the next villain? It's like, nope.
We're never going to be able to like enjoy anything.
Yeah.
So.
And then the end credit.
Loki season 2.
Loki season 2. Episode 2. That's what Ishara said in the car by mistake. So that's episode 2.
No, it wasn't a mistake.
Oh, it wasn't a mistake?
No, I was really like, this is episode 2 of season 2.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No, I'm dead ass. I fully believe this is episode 2 of season 2. We're going to see if I'm right.
But yeah, so we saw Loki and Mobius.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Morbius.
Right.
Mobius.
The better Mo.
And Kang, of course.
Of course. Looking like Frederick Douglass. That's okay.
Like, sir, what time are y'all in?
Right.
What timeline? What time period?
What's happening?
Year? What is this?
Hilarious.
Where are we right now? Yeah, I don't know. And this, honestly, I told Ishara, I was like, I am waiting for Miss Minutes
Hey
to just
y'all.
hey y'all her way
Yeah.
into some movie. Like, I'm literally waiting to some movie or show that isn't Loki. We're
And
just
I'm
gonna be sitting there.
And I'm gonna piss.
I'm going to actually pee myself.
It's gonna be urine. It's gonna be gross.
It's gonna be great. I want it to happen. I want her to jump scare me.
I will scream.
I don't like being jump scared.
It's gonna be embarrassing if it's in a movie because I will I'll actually scream and I'll be just sitting there like, sorry y'all, like I don't. What do you want from me?
Like, I don't like being jump scared, but I'm asking for this one. I want her to pop up in some random ass movie.
That would be so funny.
Like, hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Because I'm gonna be like, excuse me, Miss. What are you doing here?
Miss Minutes. Going back just slightly a little bit to the scene of Michelle Pfeiffer realizing who he is. There was no music, right?
Yeah, I don't think there was.
Love that choice. Love that choice. Tense. Pin drop in the theater.
Also, his like emotions. Like, the thing about Kang is that we know that all of the Kangs think that they're right.
Yeah.
They think with their whole heart and soul that this is what they are doing. And like, most of the villains obviously think that. But like, he was literally like, no, they're all the bad ones. Like, I am the right one. And you could like, he was like tearing up like for half of the movie because he was so like passionate about this.
Very much believed in what he was doing.
And he was like, one of my favorite lines of him was when she was like, you're going to be killing trillions. And he was like, I only wish that mattered.
Yeah.
Or if only that mattered.
If only I cared. Like,
and
I wish I could. Whatever he said.
And I'm like, what do you expect from someone who like sees all these timelines and like
and somebody who already like murdered and destroyed all these timelines.
He don't care.
You're gonna be like, you're gonna kill all these people. He's just like, oh my god, you're so right. I'm gonna change my way. Like, you have done it. You have fixed me.
You have really changed my ways.
She was definitely I'm gonna just fix him type of girl back in her day.
Because I'm really sitting there, I'm like, he's not gonna
like
what?
Okay.
He's like, yes, I've already killed all these people.
Like, girl, get with the program. You think you're talking to your friend. You saw his mind. No. You're not talking to your friend no more.
And I was like, so the reason why we need to watch the end of Loki again is because we want to fully remember what he said
and what he explained, what was going to happen, because now it's happening.
Because we're now like, here. We're like, okay, so when he said he'll see them again, did he mean him? Like that version of him has to come back.
My thinking is no, that's how I remember it, but I could be wrong.
My thinking is that, yes, we will see him again.
That one specifically.
Because like, it seems like he's like, you can't kill me. Mm-hmm. Like, this is just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Because like, there's no way that they can kill, because I'm like thinking of the end of this. And because like he said, one of his other quotes where he was like, when you can see all of time, it's hard not to jump to the end.
Yeah.
So jumping to the end, I'm like, the only one who can stop Kang is Kang, which is what he said, because he's like, this has happened time and time and time again. It keeps going. So I'm like, they can't kill all the Kangs and all the timelines. So I'm like, the only way...
The best way I think of getting rid of Kang is by getting rid of all of the universes, because the whole thing is that these are different universes, and then finding a way to destroy whatever one's left. That's your best bet, because otherwise there's always gonna be another one.
But then that's the thing, because like, you can't just destroy all the universe. I mean, I guess you could.
He did it for however long he did it.
Make all the universes so that there's only one?
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's why anytime there was a veering...
Well, I mean, but I feel like he would have tried that, to make only one and then kill himself, so
he succeeded. That's what he did.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, so he has to do that again. So I'm like, that is, in how I see it, the only way that it can end. Obviously, I might be wrong. I probably am. Who knows?
We have no idea.
But I'm like...
We're just speculating.
Yeah, so I'm just like... Will he come back? Will this one come back again? And because Ishara was like, we're going to be rooting for Kang because it's Jonathan Majors. And
absolutely.
like,
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, but I love a good villain anyway.
apologizing, but I'm also not, because
So I'm going to be rooting for him, but then I'm also like, will they give us a Kang to root for? Which would be the one that Sylvie already killed that would just come back.
maybe.
Because he said that he then took over all the other ones and was like, all right. For a second, I was
we'll
like,
have to see.
was this Kang him?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't Kang the Conqueror, right?
Who?
The one in Loki.
No.
Yeah, he wasn't Kang the Conqueror.
No.
He was talking about Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to kill everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, and I had to stop him.
He, me, them.
Maybe the one that Loki was seeing was the one that would turn out to be
What one?
the one that Sylvie killed.
The one at the end of the movie?
The one at the end of the movie.
Maybe
that
I
was...
still don't think that we'll see him again, so.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
We will find out.
I feel like that whole end of that conversation was just a mess.
Yeah. Were y'all talking with us?
Did you understand what we were... Did you follow?
Yeah.
That...
Also, like, no speculation is bad speculation.
No.
We're not saying this as if we know what we're talking about. We're also just putting our guesses out there.
I have no idea.
She could be wrong, I could be right. I could be wrong, she could be right. We could both be wrong, we could both be right. We'll find out one day.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
One day.
But it was a very good introduction to Phase 5. I know everybody was complaining about Phase 4. I enjoyed Phase 4. I think it did what it was supposed to do, which was just like toss a whole bunch of new people at us. And then Phase 5 is getting like the overwhelming story. It's just like Phase 1 and then Phase 2 to me. Like,
yeah.
Phase 1, it's not like we immediately had Thanos.
Yeah.
And we had the story, like, we had to get there. So, but it was a good introduction into the new phase.
Yes. My whole thing is that I'm just like, there's so many new characters.
There's a lot.
Like, how are these all going to fit in?
I don't know if y'all should do all of these characters in a single movie.
I don't even think it would be. Like, in Avengers, I feel like people are going to get left out.
Yeah. There's a lot. More characters than we had before.
Way more.
So, like, maybe, because, you know, they talk about Young Avengers, so, like, do a Young Avengers movie and just leave them out. Just leave them all out of the next, the big one. Yeah. Give them their own thing. Spider-Man could be in Spider-Man could be in both.
Yeah, I feel like he would be the one to, like, teeter back and forth.
He's allowed, because he's probably the oldest. That's an old man now. He's, like, 27. He's aged. He's in spirit, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else.
I'm also like, when they went in the quantum realm, how long were they there?
We didn't find out.
We just
I assumed that it wasn't long, but I do wish that we knew for sure.
Yeah, because they just popped back out.
We didn't see him go in.
When he was walking down the street, I was like, is something gonna like change? Yeah. Or something gonna be like different?
Yeah.
Like we're in a different timeline or something? That was another thought that I had. I was like, oh, are they going to destroy this timeline and we're going to go to a different one? Because that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like that might have been a little more interesting than like adding all these new characters with the old characters. Because I'm like, then you got to phase out the old characters, which half the time just means killing them.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's sad.
But they can just retire. Yeah, I feel like it's happening slowly. Like,
it is.
I don't think we're going to see the Guardians of the Galaxy in the next Avengers. I'm pretty sure at least one person's going to die and then they're just going to go on their merry way. And we're going to hope the best for them.
We might see one or two of them
in a cameo, but I don't think we're going to like have them. So,
yeah.
It's a lot.
I think Thor is also on his way out.
He's on his way out for sure. I mean, Chris Hemsworth has even said that he's not even like really into acting right now because of what he's going through medical stuff. So like it's happening slowly. Hopefully we don't have to see them die all the time. They could just retire. It's okay.
I think I saw something that was saying that Bucky was the leader of the Thunderbolts.
I think I saw that too.
So that's interesting.
It is interesting, even though I'm
really not excited for the Thunderbolts.
I don't really Like, and I feel like
It
they
doesn't
added
really make
him
sense
right for his
from
character.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier to
and also
that.
just like everything that he's been through.
Yeah,
To me,
why would he
that doesn't
be
track.
here?
That doesn't track to me, unless
I
he
don't know.
got tricked into it. But he's like doing it with Walker. Like, it doesn't make sense. But I feel like they added him into that because they didn't feel like the characters they had was enough to get people to watch. And
Yeah,
you're right. I mean, I love Yelena, but she's
still.
yeah.
All right. I don't think I have anything else to say.
I don't think I do either.
It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I had a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch it again. Maybe not on a big screen because the flashing and
it was definitely a lot. That's another warning.
It hurt my eyes. I felt like I was going to throw up, actually.
So much.
I'm getting very sensitive to these things, apparently, in my old age of 25.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you watched to the end.
Yes, every video. Just assume.
If you watched to the end, give us
broccoli.
Yeah, there was a broccoli guy. Give us some broccoli for the broccoli guy with a bunch of eyes. He was trying to get with her. I said,
oh. Okay. First of all, is your whole situation broccoli?
Ew. And tell us what you thought of the movie if you saw it.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, go see it and tell us what you thought of the movie.
And what you thought of Kang specifically.
And what you thought of Kang. And
that's who
did Jonathan Majors like rock your world too?
I know most of our viewers are guys. I don't care. It's the same question.
Did he rock your world?
Did he rock your world?
Rocked mine.
Rocked mine right up.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.